Hello everyone, welcome to AKS main Shikshna free initiative. This is Santosh Koka. Today we will discuss one question. Before that we will check small information. APSc Group 1 English medium classes have been started. Our services including digital classrooms, time-bound completion of syllabus, state level test series and updated study material, monthly current affairs magazine, etc. So for more information you can call this number. So main section are today's subject related to geography. Question for 21st September 2024. How is the phenomenon of urban flooding different from rural flooding? Discuss the recent urban flooding events in India and the measures taken to mitigate their impact. Here we need to focus on starting our technique 3 steps before writing answer. First step is question reading. Within 1 minute we need to recall or we need to identify different type of question tags and keywords here, right? So what is the topic here? Urban flooding is the major important topic related to rural flooding also, very important regarding our geography, right? So how many parts are there? 2 parts are there. First thing we need to focus on how is the phenomenon of particular urban flooding different from rural flooding, and next discuss the recent urban flooding events in India and measures, right? So next, how many question tags are there? First, how is the question tag? This is normal and general keyword, no need to worry about this. Next, discuss is very major keyword. Here we need to focus on providing some positives and negatives and also needed measures. Here already given discuss the recent urban flooding events in India and the measures taken to mitigate their impact. So many aspirants written some answers today, but here so many confused here. Measures taken in the question itself they have asked for measures taken, but some aspirants written measures needed to be taken, right? So much difference is there. Please focus on these type of keywords especially, right? So next, what are the important keywords? First, how is the phenomenon different from rural flooding? Here difference is very important. Already we have discussed some important question tags, right, previously in a separate video. Overall 15 important question tags, right? In that we have told that so many compare or difference or distinguish type of questions will be given sometimes, right? So for that we need to focus on providing some differentiate type. We can use table itself right here to differentiate between two factors, right? So that is the main focus area. Next, discuss the recent urban flooding events in India. Flooding events, recent flooding events need to very important keyword here, and the measures taken also important keyword to mitigate their impact, right? Next, we need to add some challenges and also some measures, final measures before conclusion here, right? Total here we need to create a skeleton of that particular answer, that is structure, right? So first important thing is we need to focus on providing some information in the introduction, current affairs introduction and also significance, right? Other than that we can talk about providing some definitions in the static background itself, right? So from apart from that we can start addressing our particular keywords here. First thing is differences, right? Differences. And also second thing is here we need to focus on recent events, right? Recent events, and also we need to give and provide here measures taken till now, right? So then we need to focus on providing challenges and also some measures. We can combine these two important factors. Just give two are enough here. So just challenges, for that for that solutions can be given here, right? So finally we need to conclude that, right? We need to simplify our important topic by using our keywords, etc. So many aspirants are confusing regarding these question tags and keywords, right? But we need to simplify this particular structure by using our keywords, right? So if you follow this type of strategy, whatever we have been using this particular 3 steps before writing, it will be easy, right, to write a good answer within time. So next, brainstorming. Within 1 minute we can recall here what are the important keywords related to our topic, especially urban flooding and rural flooding, right? That is the major topic here. For example, here we can talk about we can include some reports here, especially regarding World Bank. We have Ministry of Environment, right? We have National Disaster Management Authority report also we have, or we have Central Management, Central Water Commission also we have, right? So we have related to our climate change related issues, we can include IPCC's recent 6th assessment report also, right? All these are important reports. Other than that, we can use our India's plans and initiatives or schemes or programs related to this particular phenomenon, especially flooding. We have National Urban Flooding Program, right? Very, very important. Or we have Smart Cities mission, right? We have Amrut scheme, right? We have National Disaster Management Authority regarding disaster management related issues, right? So we have some state level issues also, state level initiatives also. Recently we have seen so many flood situations in different cities or states. They have started initiating new initiatives also. We can talk about that, right? So other than that, we have some examples also. Recently we have seen in the Delhi floods, or we have seen some Vijayawada in AP floods, right? So recently we have seen Mumbai, or we have Kerala, right? We have Chennai floods, right? Example, all these are very good examples, recent examples we can add here. Other than that, we can talk about our SDG 11 also. What is that? Already we have used number of times in previous answers, right? SDG 11 means sustainable cities and communities. Very, very important, right? All these important keywords or question tags are very important here, right? Especially keywords are need to be included in our answer, right? So next, coming to our introduction, here we need to focus on starting our strategy. What is that? CA introduction and also static, right? Very important here. So CA, for starting CA introduction, recently we have seen Vijayawada, right? Vijayawada drastic floods, or we can talk about Delhi floods also, right? This is enough, right? Vijayawada or Delhi. Recently in the Delhi floods related issue, civil service aspirants were also dead, right? That is also very important issue. We can add it. Other than that, in the static information, we can include some report related, or in between we can talk about some reports, or here we can define, simply we can define what is urban flooding or rural flooding. Simple, right? So otherwise we can connecting point, introduction in the for introduction, between introduction and also body part, we can create a flow chart adding some reasons of urban flooding, right? That is also we can add in the our right side of the part, right? Our answer sheet, we can add it, right? So in the body part, as usual, we need to follow our structure. What is that? First important thing is differences. We need to start our differences here. First important thing. We can talk about cause of flooding. What is the important cause in the urban flooding or rural flooding? Especially in the urban flooding, its primary cause is overburdened or drainage systems, or rapid concretization or shrinking water bodies is the major important, right? So in this we can talk about cause of flooding, right? Here we can draw a table here, right? So here urban flooding and rural flooding, it will look good to the examiner when we differentiate point wise using our table here, right? Very, very important. Otherwise, next important thing is we can talk about our impact on population and also infrastructure, right? Especially impact on population and also infra, that is also very important point. So especially here impact is on agriculture and rural livelihood regarding our rural, but in the urban areas, it being densely populated areas, it will face severe disruptions during floods, right? Compared to rural. That is what we need to include some points. Other than that, we need to add some reports also here. Here we can talk about Ministry of Environment report, cause of flooding, also impact on population and related issues. We can talk about NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority, recently given some report like urban floods cause economic losses up to 2% of cities GDP annual GDP, right? That is also very important. Next, nature of water runoff also very important. Nature of water runoff. That is also very important. Differentiation between urban and rural areas. Because here concretization reduces groundwater recharge, leading to faster and greater surface runoff in especially rural areas. But in contrast, in rural areas have better percolation, although agricultural land can get inundated, right? So here we can use some IIT particular studies, etc., right, as an examples, right? Other than that, next important keyword we need to address is recent events. Recent urban flooding events in India, very very important. Here we need to identify recently what we have experienced, some Delhi, right, Delhi floods, or we have previously we have Chennai floods, right, Mumbai floods, even in Bengaluru also we have experienced, right, these type of floods. Very recently we can talk about Vijayawada event, right? So in Delhi, torrential rain in July 2023 and even 24 also experienced, right, led to the Yamuna breaching its banks, etc., right? Mumbai continues heavy rains in especially in 2022. It is also very important due to its vulnerable drainage system, right? We need to connect this type of reasons also in between our points, right? So continuous heavy rains in 2022 in the Chennai floods also very important, 2021 especially, right? So these face severe flooding in November 2020 due to heavy rains. Cities inadequate drainage infrastructure also is the major reason, right? So apart from that, we can talk about Bengaluru crisis. Recently witnessed severe urban flooding due to heavy rains, especially in IT corridors, right? So we can talk about these events. For that, we need to focus on next important keyword, measures taken. Already we have taken some measures, right? Measures already taken, right? Here we need to focus on whatever we have on national level initiatives and also state level initiatives, right? We can talk about both, right? So here coming to national level initiatives, we have national urban flooding, right? National Urban Flooding Program we have. It aims to establish a holistic approach, especially encompassing our guidelines for flood risk assessments and strategies for mitigation, right? So next we have our smart cities mission also, very very important. It has integrating urban flooding management as a pivotal component here, right? So especially adoption of technology in real-time flood monitoring and early warning systems is the major important, right? So next we have Amrut scheme also, Atal mission for rejuvenation and urban transmission. It mainly focusing on enhancing our urban infrastructure, especially stormwater drainage systems, or allocates funds for upgrading and expanding our drainage networks also, right? So other than that, we have NDMA also. Whenever disasters occurs, it will follow these particular guidelines, right? It has issued comprehensive guidelines on urban flooding also for the flood risk assessment and management, right? Very important. Otherwise, we can talk about state level or city level initiatives also. For Mumbai, recently created one particular implemented some initiative like Brainstorm, very very important, Brainstorm. That is Brihan Mumbai Stormwater Disposal System project, very very important. Other than that, we have Chennai. In the Chennai, we have sea flows. Sea flows means Chennai flood warning system. It is also recently initiated, right? For Kolkata also we have some initiative, that is Kolkata Environmental Improvement Project, right? That is also very important. For recent Bengaluru also some efforts including rejuvenating lakes and water bodies were taken, right? For Ahmedabad also we have one initiative, development of Sabarmati riverfront, right? That is also very important initiative. All these are very important initiative recently taken by some states or cities, right? So other than that, we need to include some challenges here, some whatever we have challenges or needed measures we can combine here, otherwise we can include, right? So inadequate drainage system is very important, right? Whatever we have some inadequate drainage system, that is the major cause for even Chennai and also whatever we have in Mumbai also, right? So otherwise we have rapid urbanization and encroachments also very important. Rapid urbanization and encroachment also very important point here. So here we can talk about some examples. Even in the last or previous Chennai floods 2021 highlighted the encroachment on lakes and marshlands especially, right, which previously acted as a natural buffers to the flooding, right? So we have climate change also very important. Without the issue of climate change impact, we can't complete our answer, right? So during the challenges episode, right? Erratic rainfall patterns. Because of erratic rainfall patterns, this particular causing more intense and unpredictable rainfall events, right? We can connect here IPCC's 6th assessment report here, right? So it majorly highlighting that urban flooding in India is expected to increase by 10 to 20% in the coming decades due to climate change. Means urban flooding will be more impact our country, right, in several states especially, right? So next, coming to needed measures. Here we need to focus on providing some suggestions for our whatever we have problems, right? So as a upcoming civil servant, we need to conclude. Without concluding, we should not conclude our answer, right? Without telling some needed measures, right? So here needed measures means here we can talk about restoration of our natural water bodies especially, right? Water bodies very important. Whatever we have, for example, Bengaluru lake rejuvenation projects have shown success in mitigating this. We can talk about, we can give example, right? So need to be followed by each and every state, right? So next we have climate resilient urban planning is required here. Urban planning very important. So here climate risk assessments need to be implemented. For example, we have permissible surfaces or green roofs or enhancing rainwater or harvesting infrastructure. All these are very important, right? So next we have public awareness and community engagement also very important. Public awareness and also community engagement, right? This is also very important particular point we usually included in each and every needed measures, right? So next, coming to conclusion, here we need to focus on providing one to 1.5 line futuristic line especially here with timely interventions. Whatever we have given in the suggestions, if we follow above suggestions, Indian cities can reduce the devastating impacts of urban flooding and safeguard the lives and livelihoods of millions. Otherwise, we can connect here our SDG goals, especially 11. What is that? Sustainable cities, right? Sustainable cities and communities, very important. Already we have used in the different type of answer in the previous answer, right? Very good goal here, right? Connective point. So this is the perfect structure to this particular question. Let's check today's answers. I have taken 2 different answers here, so focusing different aspects or approaches here. So this is written by Vidyasagar. Recently India hit by floods in many states like Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Gujarat and Sikkim. Started with CA introduction, very good. So here we need to focus on including some definitions also, right? So we need to focus on that. So here especially floods causes also included as a flowchart here, very good. So otherwise some map also included. For the geography part of questions, we need to include our map pointing. Very good. This is also very good note here. So next, urban flooding and rural flooding also included here. Differences, right? Causes. One of the important differences causes here, urban flooding and different rural flooding also included. Pace also, rapid or fast pace also very important during floods, right? Population density also one of the reason, right? So comparing our rural and urban. Next, economic impacts also very important, right? During particular rural areas, agriculture and livestock was primarily impacted, but in the urban areas, worst hit due to infrastructure also, business services also, right? Recent urban flooding events in India, Gujarat we have, right? Very, very important, and also Andhra Pradesh, Udameru, recently we have seen, experienced it, right? So next, Kerala also, heavy and sudden rainfall during night causes slopes of mountains became saturated and causes of mud mass flow also. Sikkim due to glacial outbursts, this is also very important and familiar example, very good. Next, needed measures also included here. Enhance urban infrastructure and flood resistance, right? Through smart cities mission, whatever we have, proper solid waste management also, Swachh Bharat, and also community forecasting, and we have green credit program, foresting, right? So next, demolish encroachment also, areas surrounding rivers, Hydra in Telangana also very good example, recent example. Limited development projects on loose slopes and critical points, right, adjacent to the rivers also included. Strengthen disaster management by including grassroot canal, NDMA's bill, very good. So in the end, in the conclusion itself, he has included some goals also, very good. So overall, the overall analysis here, some definitions were missed here. We need to give definitions that need to be checked here, right? So compulsory we need to provide some definitions, okay? Other than that, here urban flooding definition is enough, right? So other than that, you have missed some measures taken here, some confused by particular questions demand, right? Measures taken, whatever measures have taken by the Indian government or states or cities initiatives, we need to focus on first. At least we need to provide some 3 to 4 measures. Other than that, we can combine challenges and needed measures before concluding, right? That is the main structure. We need to focus on each and every keyword here that was missed here, measures taken, not to be taken, right? That is most important focus area, okay? So overall, very good analysis here, very good flow here, map included and also flowchart included, very good recent examples also included, and also some reports need to be included here, some report names, are especially we can talk about some important keywords, whatever we have, World Bank or Ministry of Environment, right? So we have Central Water Commission report, or regarding climate change also we need to talk about, right? IPCC's report also, right? So here we have National Urban Flooding Program also, we have already Smart Cities Mission included, we have Amrut scheme, right? We have state level initiatives also, recent state level initiative, Chennai flows or something we need to include here and there, otherwise everything okay. For this answer, especially missed measures was missed, remaining things are very good. So for this answer we can provide 5.5 out of 10 marks, very good, good approach and structure, okay? Keep it up. Next, coming to other answer written by Sindhu Dhaneti. Here, recently urban floods risk assessment report highlighted vulnerable cities called infrastructure, that is good start. 2024 IPCC synthesis report also highlighted rising frequency of floods due to climate change, calls for adaptive urban resilient infrastructure damage, very good. So other than that, causes were included here, differences in the first important keyword, right? Urban, poor drainage and rapid urbanization, rural, river overflow. Here for these differences you can use table, right? Table is very much impressive or particular attentive formula here to approach these type of differences or distinguishes or compare type of questions, right? So Spread of accumulation also sudden due to blocked drainage, slower with better water absorption, difference between urban and rural. Impact also written, primarily impacts agriculture, right, in rural. Other than that, here recent urban flooding events also included Bengaluru in August 2024, very good recently, and also Kolkata September 2022. 24, and Hyderabad also recently, Hyderabad intensive water logging areas also was there, Vijayawada in September 2024. In even 2024 itself, so much incidents or events were there, right? We can talk about that. And also mitigation measures, here we can talk about Delhi also, especially some civil servants were died in that particular event, right? So we can talk about that. Mitigation measures taken, whatever taken in the drainage infrastructure upgrades, cities like Bengaluru and Mumbai, right? And also we have rainwater harvesting in urban areas, restoring natural water bodies, especially in Bengaluru. Smart cities mission also included, very good. Urban flood resilience program also included, very good. Sustainable urban flood management requires integrating green infrastructure and upgrading drainage systems. Climate resilient planning is key to creating flood proof cities for the future, very good. This is good. And even whatever we have taken particular measures, or we have completed, she has completed some whatever keywords were mentioned in the question, but we have some challenges or needed measures to be written, but with considering our space and time, we can talk these particular events in the conclusion itself. No need to worry about providing so much information here. We need to think like that, right? If you have space or time, we can talk about separately challenges and needed measures, separate paragraphs, right? If you do not have any time or space here, you can mix it with conclusion and provide some connect with some target, right? So that is very important here, right? So we need to organize our answer considering or according to our time and space, right? That is most important in the mains answer writing process. Okay, so for this answer we can include some map here. Whatever we have recent events, we can connect map, right? That is very important here. Other than that, causes also we can talk about, or we can connect our definition part here, right? Directly we should not go to the body part before addressing our static part. That is most important thing, right? So we need to assume that examiner do not know any information regarding that, right? Whatever we have some information coming from current affairs introduction to static background, and also we have some in between connectivity points also we need to write with little paragraphs or little points. We can talk about that, right? That is need to be addressed here. Continuity and flow need to be continued, and also here some important measures or important keywords were missed, especially regarding our whatever we have Amrut, right? Amrut scheme, or we have some state level initiatives also, right? We can talk about here and there. Holistically, overall very good attempt for this answer also. Proper utilizing our keywords and all, we can provide 5.5 out of 10 marks, very good, right? So next, coming to our day 74 main section of free initiative, question for 22nd September 2024, discuss the significance of 2nd June 2024 2014 as Telangana Formation Day. How has the state evolved politically, economically and culturally since its formation? That is related to our Telangana state formation. That is paper 6, the second part, right? Very, very important. So write your answers and upload in the app. Thank you very much.